3.1. We're starting the new chapter. We are solving equations by adding and subtracting.
I can't see to get my pen.
Okay, you were supposed to be ready when we walked in. Okay, this is taking everything that we did in the last chapter and we're adding to it. The first thing you need to know is something called inverse operations. Inverse means basically like the opposite. You're going to undo each other. That's what it means. Inverse operation. If it's adding, what's the opposite of adding?
Subtracting.
Subtracting. If it's multiplication, the opposite is division. And the same if it's subtracting, the opposite is addition. If it's division, the opposite is multiplication. You need to remember this. Inverse means the opposites. So I'm going to even write opposites.
Didn't we learn this last year?
You might have.
Or
Inverse means opposites.
yeah, we either learned it last year or this year. Because I remember doing it with someone.
Okay. Addition, property of equality. What that is saying is that you're solving equations by adding or subtracting from both sides of an equation. That's the property. Addition property of equality is you're solving equations by adding or subtracting from both sides of the equation. Blah, 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 blah. You're doing the opposite. I'll do my example after y'all have caught up. Y'all gonna catch on real quick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did this last year. I think so. Because I remember doing it. I just.
Okay. But you haven't done it my way. Anyone ever heard of intruder alert?
Yeah.
We're about to do the intruder alert.
What's the intruder?
You are going to find out. I have former students in college that still laugh about the intruder alerts.
Can we still do it? What are they going to do in intruder alert? Do like this?
Oh, I don't know. Okay, let's pay attention to this. Hopefully not. We don't have time for that. Make sure you have this.
I put opposites. Bless you.
Bless
you. The one versus is not
Shh. Make sure you got this. Joseph, you got this?
Yes.
You sure you got this?
Yes.
Are you positive?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, here we go. This is intruder alert. This is the very basic. I know. You can look at this and know, because, especially, because you all are smart, but we've also been doing those other things, the warm-ups. You can look at this and know exactly what X is.
Before.
Okay? But you need to learn how to do it
The opposite.
this way I'm about to show you. Solve by the appropriate way. Because you know this is simple compared to what's coming,
So it's
right?
like n minus 5
Okay, so
equals n.
let me introduce you to intruder alert. Long time ago, I was teaching 6th grade, this stuff.
6th grade.
6th grade. I used to teach 6th grade years ago. The third grade. Third grade class had a substitute. She was supposed to teach this to her students, to 3rd grade. She comes next door in a panic and she says, "Hey, can you come teach this class for me? I don't know how to teach this. I don't understand." And I walked in there and there's all these 3rd graders just staring at me. It's either 2nd or 3rd. It must have been 3rd. Yeah. Miss Freeman's class. Anyway, I'm looking at them and I'm looking at this stuff. I'm like, how do I teach little kids? I came up with intruder alert. That's when it was born. Okay, let me explain. You are the variable, the letter. You're the letter. The equal sign is the front door. The 9 is the 9-year-old cop standing outside waiting for the 5-year-old intruder. There's an intruder in your house.
It's 5
It doesn't matter. We're talking like crazy 5-year-old,
Like
possessed
a
5-year-old or something. Crazy 5-year-old.
Serial killer.
Yeah, serial killer 5-year-old that is intruding in your house. You have to get the 5-year-old intruder through the front door to the 9-year-old cop to where you are, put your hand down, you are safe. You yell, "Intruder alert, intruder alert."
Can we do that when we're doing our
Now,
intruder?
the way to get the intruder out is by doing the opposite. This is +5, so what is the opposite of +5, Tanner?
It's minus 5.
-5, and you do it on both sides of the equal sign.
So what I said, 9 minus 5.
So 5 minus 5 cancels out. Whoops. And you have x equals 4. That is what we're doing today.
So that's what I said, right? So
I don't know.
right? I know.
All right, write that down.
I got it right. Yes. Love this.
So this is the opposite. This is inverse. This is solving for the variable by doing inverse operations. You're just doing the opposite. Let's do another once you have that written down. A plus 39 equals 17. All right, who are you?
You're A.
You're A. Who's the cop, Joseph?
17.
17-year-old cop. Who's the intruder, Kelly?
39.
And what's the front door, Madeline? The equal sign. So Tanner, we got to get rid of the 39-year-old intruder. How do I get rid of the 39-year-old intruder?
Subtract.
Why are you subtracting?
Because it's an addition sign.
And you do the
Reduce.
opposite.
Opposite.
Very good. And you do it on both sides.
So it would be a negative answer.
Ooh, listen to her. It's a negative answer. And Atalia, what'd you get?
Negative 22.
There you go. Look at y'all rock and roll.
I do this with squirrel a lot.
Excellent.
Wait, you were teaching this to 3rd graders?
Yep. Okay. I'm adding some notes. Isolating the variable. Isolate the variable. That's what we're doing. We're isolating. Isolating means all by itself. The variable is the letter. So isolate the variable. That's what you're doing. You ask what operation must be performed. And then 2, you undo adding by subtracting or undo subtracting by adding.
What does that mean?
do the opposite. I'm just rewriting what we've already talked about. Y'all have this?
I'm tired. The dark room makes me tired. But also the screen.
Where are you, Kelly?
Near the plus side. Done.
3. This is important. I'm putting a star here in front and in back. What you do to one side of the equals sign, you must do to the other side. So just like what we did, if we're subtracting on one side, we got to subtract on the other. So write that down. What you do to one side of the equal sign, you must do to the other side. All right, x plus 18 equals negative 46. Joseph, what do I need to do? Okay. We want to isolate the variable. We want the letter all by itself. So what do I need to move?
The x.
Do I need to move x? Who are you?
X.
Who's the intruder?
18.
So who do I need to move out the front door?
18.
There you go. See how intruder works? Yeah. Okay, so we need to get 18 as the intruder. How do I get rid of it? Joseph?
You have to subtract 18
Why am I subtracting 18?
because you're adding.
Bingo. This is the intruder because it's adding, or you can even say positive. Then we do the opposite on both sides. You have to do it on both sides. So I have x equals. Joseph, tell me the answer when you figure it out.
-64.
He is correct. Any questions? Let's do another. I'm going to try to trick you up here. Madeline, do you want to try this one, Madeline?
Line.
Okay, write it down. I'm going to ask you some questions. Now notice the letter is on the other side of the front door. But that is okay. As long as you still get the letter all by itself or isolating it, it's okay. So, Madeline, who are you?
You're the number right there.
This number?
No, on the other side.
You're this number? Are you the number?
Well, no, but like
Who's the intruder then?
it's just switch.
Uh,
It's the 48. Looks weird.
For you or the intruder?
The intruder.
That's right. So who are you?
The letter.
That's right. That's right. You guys are C We-
what you said.
No, you said the number. So the intruder is negative 48. So if we're moving this over to through the front door, Madeline, how do I do that?
By
Why are you adding?
because it's the opposite of subtracting.
There you go. So we're adding 48 this time to both sides because she's correct. Because this is minus 48, so we're going to add 48. And then Madeline, you tell me what you get for your answer.
210.
Okay, this is negative and this is positive. When the signs are different, we...
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Wasn't thinking.
That's okay.
You get two answers. Oh, you don't get two. Oh,
I have a question.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be a negative 48?
What is this?
Minus that.
So what's the opposite of minus?
Adding. Oh.
So then we're adding.
well, how come that one cancels out?
Because that's minus 48 and that's adding 48. That would equal 0, right?
Yes.
That's why they cancel out.
Well, no.
Look right here. That's plus 18. The opposite is minus 18. They cancel out.
Okay.
18 minus 18 is 0. 48 minus 48 is 0. 2 minus 2 is 0.
I didn't think so.
Well, okay, do you have an answer? What?
No, 114.
Yes, negative 114.
I'll do the one after I tell you.
Any questions? Quickly open up your books to page 89. We're going to do examples. We'll work until it's time to go, and then I'll write your assignment on the board.
So we're gonna come back to
And
this
then
part.
after lunch, you will come back here and work on the math
I'm
problems
reading
with the
after
sub.
lunch.
Okay, well, then take your book home and look on Proto page, and you'll find the problems to do. Okay. All right, let's start with 12. All right, it is x plus negative 3 equals negative 3. Okay, Tanner.
We would do negative. We are x.
We're x. Who's the intruder?
Negative 3.
This one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is your intruder. And we got to get the intruder to the cop, so how would I do that?
We would subtract negative. Add negative 3.
Why am I adding,
Oh, sorry, subtract.
or why am I subtracting 3?
Because we're doing the opposite.
What is this?
That's a negative sign.
So then what's the opposite?
Oh, adding.
On both sides. Don't let this fool you. That is confusing, yes?
Yes.
It's the sign right in front of that number that we're looking at. That's why I covered it up. The opposite of minus 3 is positive 3. That cancels out. So Tanner, x equals,
Negative 6.
that's
Oh,
a
sorry.
negative 3 and a positive
So
3.
it would be 0.
It would be 0. When the signs are different, we subtract. Any questions?
So I have a clarification thing.
Mhm.
So if it's a negative 3, we would do positive 3.
Yep.
Okay.
Good question. All right, 14. Kelly. 32 equals z minus 17. Tell me what to do.
Okay, so we write the z,
That's right, we're the z.
and the intruder is negative 17.
Perfect.
So the opposite is negative 17 is positive 17.
Perfect.
And since we're doing it on this one, we're doing it on the other side as well.
Very good. We do it on both sides. And tell me what you get. We have 32 plus 17.
Oh, 32 plus. I did fraction. 49.
Very good.
That's what the
Any questions so far?
I have a question that doesn't relate to the math kind of.
Then
but-
can you wait? Does it relate? Does it pertain to
Like, it
this?
has to do with the math, just like no, like,
What?
exactly right now.
What?
Please tell me you won't have to do the word problems.
Down way at the bottom?
Mhm.
Oh, I don't like those. No.
Okay.
Okay, 16. Italia. 14 plus x equals negative 33. What do I do? This is a tricky one that gets my Algebra 1 students.
So we are 14.
We are what? Who are we?
Technically, would we be 14 since it's in front of the x, or would we be x?
Who are you? Who did I say you always are?
The letter
The letter. So who are you?
x.
Who's the intruder?
14.
14. Now notice, this is what threw her off, is that this time the number was in front of the letter, but it doesn't matter. You are always the letter, okay? The intruder is the numbers, okay? So we got to get rid of the 14.
So we subtract 14 on both sides.
Why are we subtracting?
Because it's 0, so
Guys, that is what gets my students all the time. Because is there a sign in front of this 14? Tanner, Kelly, Madeline, Joseph, is there a sign in front of this 14?
No.
Then we assume it is positive. Just because there's no plus sign doesn't mean that it's negative. I have students all the time want to add 14. So if there's no sign, we assume it's positive. The opposite is to subtract. So what do you get?
negative 47.
Correct.
I
Very
do it
good.
a bit different.
You need to start
But
doing
I
it
still
like
get the
this.
same thing.
Oh, you need to start doing it by doing the opposite. Trust me when I tell you. Trust me when I tell you. You'll thank me for this. All right, 18. We're going to do some words. Okay, it says write an equation using n for the variable. For each sentence below, solve the equation. It is sum of a number and 32 is 43. Sum of a number and 32 is, okay, this is Joseph's problem. So Joseph, first we have to write the equation. What does sum mean?
Adding
What is number?
n.
What did I tell you a while back is?
An equal sign.
Yeah, man, you need to remember is equal. Where does the plus sign go?
Goes between number and 32.
This and right here, very good. Y'all should have yours looking like this. So then what's my equation look like?
N plus 32 equals 48.
43. That, now listen Natalia and everyone, that's your first answer. The directions have you doing two things. The first is to write your equation. That's your first answer. The second is to solve it. So Joseph, solve this for me.
So the opposite of adding 32 would be subtracting 32.
And you get n equals, when you're ready.
11.
There's your second answer. You should have two answers for this section. Do we understand that?
Yes,
Okay, first you're going to write the equation, box it, and then you solve it.
Are all the questions have two answers?
For this section,
Okay.
any questions?
Wait, so for the whole thing?
No.
Just for the
Read the directions.
17,
For this section.
17 through 25.
Yes, very good. All right, let's do another. Talia, you wanted to do another one, right? Okay. 15 less than a number is -4. What? Ooh, what are my red flag words? Yeah, man. Red flag words. And what does less than mean? Minus. What is number?
And
And what is?
equals.
So what does the red flag words mean? What do we do with 15?
We subtract it from n.
It goes right behind n. Look at y'all go. Okay, so what's my equation once you have that written down?
N minus 15 equals -4.
Perfect. There's my first answer.
N.
I mean n. How do I solve this? Okay.
Okay, so you would add 15 to both sides.
And you get
Positive 11.
positive 11. There's your second answer.
Then you're gonna now have
Let's do one more. Tanner, you want to do this?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the difference between a number and 9 is 34. All right, what does difference mean?
Difference means divide or multiply. Subtract.
There you go. Difference is subtract. What is number?
And
What is?
equals. I haven't done difference in a while, so.
Oh no, I'm fine. Why do you think I have this chart up here? Okay, so question. Where is the minus sign going to go?
Between and 9.
So this and right here. Yep, it's going to go right there. So once you're ready, tell me what your equation's going to look like.
N minus 9 equals 34.
She's correct. That's your first answer. Good job, Tanner. All right. Tell me how to solve this.
I need to go ahead and write it.
Okay.
So we would do, we are M, so 9 plus 9.
Why are we plussing 9? I didn't tell you to pack up yet. Why are we plussing 9?
Because of the subtraction.
That's right, because it's minus 9, so we do the opposite. So what's 34 plus 9, Tanner? There's your second answer. Are there any questions? You have your notes. I will write down what problems you have on the board to do, in your little spot over there. Oops. Hold on. And when they are due.